Hi everybody. Last time I told you about a story of stories. Okay, talk about that. My opinion, the story of the stories is Divina Commedia. I know, you can tell me there is a lot of story, not only Divina Commedia, a lot before, a lot after. Why this? Well, you're right. There are a lot of stories and we'll talk about them. But I think it's very important to start from Dante's Divina Commedia. And the reason is that the rest of the stories belongs to a largest part of the world. Instead, Dante and his Divina Commedia was an European man coming from an European culture and pioneer of our modernity because he tried to tell us something very important about this modernity, about how to live in this modernity. And I say this because a sort of chauvinism, no at all, I promise. In fact, I say that because the contrary. In fact, I think that all the roots Dante created, all the lessons he tried to teach us, we didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't go. We didn't walk that route. Not yet. Not all of us, and not all of them. And this is one of the reasons why racism, xenophobia, cultural judgment are still a mark of our way to deal with the world. So, change. Let's walk that route. Let's know that story. Let's learn the lesson. Okay? After that, by that time, when we know the lesson, so we can leave our territory to go to elsewhere, knowing other territories, but not to judge them, but to know them, to learn, to find something more, to become richer. Okay, and what are these? Which are these lessons we have to work to learn? Well, there are a lot of lessons inside Divina Commedia, but I think two of them are really, really important. First, all of us come from the same matrix, and this matrix is love. Second, there is a way of love we can walk to renew ourselves and come closer to divinity. So, why not let us trust in Divina Commedia? So, first of all, uh, the title. This work, well, this masterpiece, the title of this masterpiece wasn't Divina Commedia. This word divina, that in English is divine, was an ad by Giovanni Boccaccio, that was a poet just a little bit after Dante, who say that well, this was a masterpiece, and so was divine because his extraordinary ability to make poetry first, but also because he was shocked, puzzled by that a lot of people know by heart Divina Commedia. Young, old people, rich, poor people, noble and not noble people, whoever knows Divina Commedia. And this was incredible. And then, of course, the third reason why Boccaccio said this masterpiece was divine is because, well, there is a lot of deal with God, of course, in this story. So, the real title of the work of Dante was Commedia, comedy. And you can say, okay, there is not so much to laugh about. You're right. But we have to renew the meaning of comedy. What is a comedy? Well, according to Aristotle, a commedia, a comedy, is something starting from bad and turning it into something of better or good. On the contrary, the tragedy is something that solved the problem, well, in a worse way than the beginning. So, a comedy is something going from bad to good. And here we are. That is a lesson. What? That when we are in a bad place, when we are in the baddest situation ever, at the very end, everything is gonna be fine. This is the lesson. And in this period, we are listening to this lesson, to these words, everything's gonna be fine, very, very often. In Italy, we created an hashtag andrà tutto bene. That means everything's gonna be fine. So we know this feeling. Okay, at the very end, everything's gonna fix. But the lesson of Dante is deeper because it says us that, yes, of course, at the very end, everything's gonna be fine, but this depends on you. You have the responsibility. And how we tell is this. Observe the structure of the supernatural world he created. Well, we start in a sort of cone, an upside down cone, a funnel. So something that is wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. Okay, and what created this cone? Who created this cone? Lucifer. Because in the worst generational crisis of the universe, the one between God Father and Lucifer, his son, it happened that God decided that Lucifer has to go away. So he asked to Michael, the other son, to catch his brother and throw him away from heaven. In this way, Lucifer fall down toward earth. Well, in that very moment, when the good, the love, the light decided to split bad from himself, to separate badness from goodness, what happened? That the soil of the earth, in order not to touch Lucifer, go back, go away from him, leaving this sort of hole in which Lucifer is prisoned. So the rest of the soil went back and created something, a mountain. So in the same time, we had a hole and the mountain. Well, the cone is the place of the nation, of damnation, and the mountain is the place of forgiveness. So, what does it mean? That in the same time, with one decision, God separate good from bad, from evil, and created the place of damnation and the place of forgiveness. So, in that moment, God gave us the possibility of being free. He created freedom because we can choose between good or evil. We can choose between stay in the damnation or in the forgiveness if we want to go in the hole or in the mountain. This is the lesson. Freedom. And what about this freedom? What we're going to do on this freedom? Well, we have to use this freedom because it's a gift. So we are supposed to be grateful, thankful, and use this gift to do what? To do this trip Dante is talking about. Because it's not a usual trip, it's not a normal trip. Well, okay, it's a fantasy trip and it's very funny in a certain way, but it's not a usual one. It's a peculiar trip. We can call this trip evolution. And what is evolution? Evolution is a movement toward the improvement of ourselves. Okay? So, if the story of Dante is evolution, so that the story of all of us, because we know evolution. Humanity has an evolution. Today is going to evolve again and again and again. We have technical evolution, technological evolution, scientific evolution, medical evolution, art evolution, literature evolution, a lot of evolutions. Consider what you want to consider, but it's evolution. Okay, or in if we can zoom, not humanity. Okay, our family. If we can consider our family from generation to generation, we evolve, and that's a comedy. It's our commedia of our family. Or inside the same family, the relationship between parents and sons, this evolve. So it's a commedia. If we can consider between brother and sisters, or between wife and husband, if evolve, it's a commedia. To think about the social situation we are living. That's, we hope, is an evolution. So it's a commedia from bad to better. Okay, or personal situation. Try to think about personal evolution. Okay, from young person to old person, we evolve. Commedia. Or the peer, we say, oh my god, that was a crisis I ever feel, but now I feel better. Well, that's commedia. Or that day you start the day, and hour after hour you say, oh my god, I really want this day is gonna finish. And when you are in the night, you say, okay, now it's better. Everything is finished, and tomorrow is another day. Well, you evolve. That's a commedia. Okay, you are understanding what I want to say. Okay, so let's check which is the path we have to walk, which is the path that awaits us. There are three canticles, three part. The Italian word is cantica, tre cantiche, three cantica, and each of them are 33 chapters. In Italian, canti, 33 canti. So one canticle, 33 chapters. That's all. In total, 99. Well, for a medieval man, talking about something of 99 was difficult. Because, well, 3 is a very important number, is a magical number because the number of perfection. But 99 is difficult because it's not complete. It's an indefinite number. So Dante decided to add one more chapter to the first cantica. So 34, 33, 33, 100. Perfect. The circle is complete. Well, the first cantica, of course, is Inferno, the hell, the hell. Because why I say, of course, because if we have to evolve, we can start from golden bunny field and roses and birds singing, and no. If we have to evolve, we have to start from the shadow, from the bad place. We have to face the bad place. According to Robert Bly, who is a very good American poet, we have to take the bag we have on the shoulder, in which we put everything we don't want to talk, or we don't want to see, we don't want to deal with. Okay, so we have to take that bag, open, take the shadow, and eat. That's what we have to do in the first part of this trip. We have to eat our shadow and accept them. So, in the Inferno, we move. And we move from the top to the bottom on a sort of landslide. This landslide was created by Christ. When he died, he came down to hell, opened the door with a kick, not with the polite attitude or asking for permission and sorry, can I come in? Of course, he came down armored and weapon on his hand, weapon of light, of course, and he opened the door with a kick and come in and crash all the Inferno, making it fall down. And we walk on these. We walk on the trace left by light, the moment in which he came to open the darkness. Okay, so I think the meaning is open, is crystal clear. Okay, we walk on the trace left by light in the darkness. Okay, so when we come down, we finish the first cantica, so we can pass to the second one. That is Purgatorio or Purgatory. In Purgatory, we move again, because if you think that the worst part of this travel was fighting against demons, you're wrong. The worst part is this. Well, the most difficult part, because if we have to change, of course we have to change also our behavior. We can't go on doing what we used to do. We can't go on thinking the way we used to think. We have to change everything, and this is absolutely difficult. In fact, where we walk on trials, because yes, this is a mountain, so on a mountain there are trials, and we have to walk, and we have to walk that trials. Well, we have to climb that trials. In fact, Dante say that we need hand to gather feet to climb that the trials, and just all because we can fly, but would be better. Okay, so climbing on this mountain is very difficult. It's true that at the very beginning is absolutely difficult, and going and going and going, it became less difficult, because we are training ourselves and changing and changing and changing. So at the very end, that will be, well, not pleasure, but pretty better. Okay, so we go down in the Inferno, we climb up in the Purgatory, and then the third Cantica, heaven, Paradiso. Well, in the heaven, we move again, but not like in the hell and in purgatory. We walk in a different way. That's because Paradiso is made by light, and there aren't any street in light. Light is light. So what we have to do is like swimming inside the light and moving closer to the top, closer to the top. How we can do that? Dante created a word. Well, he invented a word to describe this movement. And in Italian, this word was transumanare. How to translate it in English? Transumanare means go across human, like a verb like to cross humaning, like that. Okay, so we have to move inside our spirit from level to level to level to level up. Okay, until we'll be able to reach what? To know that, you have to wait. So, subscribe to my page. Keep in touch for new videos, and share this video and all the video you will like. And if you like this, put a like. Thank you very much, and have a good day.